If you could measure one number to predict how long you'll live, it's not your cholesterol, your blood pressure, or even your weight. It's something most people have never even tested: VO2 max. Hi, I'm Dr. Jess. I'm a physical therapist, and I've been obsessed with longevity for the past 20 years and helping people get the most out of their bodies. In today's video, I'm going to show you how this one number will predict how well and long you live, how to measure it at home, and how to improve it no matter your age. So, what is VO2 max? Well, VO2 max stands for maximal oxygen uptake. Basically, what that means is how efficiently can your lungs, heart, and muscles take up oxygen during exercise. So, a VO2 max test is basically a cardiovascular fitness test for your future. So, why does this number matter so much? Well, studies have shown that when individuals have a better VO2 max, it's a stronger predictor of death risk than smoking, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Let me repeat that. It's a stronger predictor than somebody that smokes. So, what if you have a low VO2 max now? Like, are you going to kick the bucket? Well, the good news is that you can improve it, which you're going to learn how to do later in this video. And if you change your score from low to high, just with some training, you'll be able to reduce your death risk by 80%. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know my VO2 max? Well, the good news is that you don't need a fancy lab or expensive equipment. You can do these tests at home, which is great. So I'm going to go through 3 tests that you can do. One test involves walking, one involves running, and the other one's going to involve you stepping up and down a 12-inch step. So for the walking test, it's called the Rockport Walking Test. You're going to be walking 1 mile as quickly as possible and then documenting your heart rate at the end. If you want more information on how to do this test, check out the link in the description. For the run test, it's going to be the Cooper 1.5 mile run test. You're going to run 1.5 miles as quickly as possible, document the time it takes, look up your number, and that'll give you your score. Again, there's going to be more information in the description below. And for the 3-minute step test, you're going to be stepping up and down a 12-inch step at a cadence of 96 beats per minute, which is using a metronome. From there, you're going to document your heart rate at the end, and then that will give you your score. If you want more help with this test, check out the description for a link. All right, so now you know how to test it. Now the next step is, how do I improve it if it's so important? Well, we've got 3 major ways that you can improve VO2 max. So the first is called HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. So what that looks like is you're going to be doing sprint level activity for 30 seconds. That doesn't mean you're necessarily sprinting. You could be doing jumping jacks, you could be doing box jumps, anything that's going to really get the heart rate to skyrocket. So that's 30 seconds of work. And then you've got 90 seconds of recovery. You might be walking, you might be doing something like some stretching, things like that to recover the heart rate. And then you go right back into those 30 seconds. And you do that for 6 to 8 rounds. Or you could do zone 2 cardio training. So think going for a run, going for a walk, going for a swim, going for a bike ride, something where you're going to keep that heart rate elevated for a steady period of time. And you want to do this in an intensity where you can say a sentence, but you can't sing a song. So it's not a sprint, it's underneath the sprint, but you're going to maintain it for 30 to 60 minutes, 2 to 3 days a week. And the last one is going to be circuit training. So that's where you're going to mix in strength training. We're going to go from one exercise to the next for ideally at least 30 minutes. And the heart rate's never going to recover all the way because you're jumping between exercises. Now, here's the fun fact with this. Your VO2 max gains actually happen faster than strength gains. You can see measurable improvements in just 6 to 8 weeks. And the cool thing, too, is that you don't have to run marathons to get this improvement. You just have to do smart training, 20 to 30 minutes, 3 days a week, to see the gain in the health span. As this VO2 max improves, what's actually happening to get this health span gain? Well, you're going to be improving how much blood your heart can pump for every pump. You're going to improve how efficiently oxygen is delivered from the lungs, and you're going to improve the efficiency of the uptake of that oxygen from the working muscles. And why this matters is because it's going to decrease your risk of heart disease. It's going to decrease inflammation. It's going to improve your brain health, and you're going to be able to decrease the biological aging. Interested in reversing your biological age? Well, VO2 max training may be the most powerful legal method to do that. But here's the bottom line. Your VO2 max is like your 401k plan for your health. The earlier you start building it, the better you'll live and have that health span of long quality years. The good news is that you can start anytime and see improvements no matter your age. So if you're getting super focused on weight and doing ab work, it might be time to start thinking about oxygen efficiency. Now, here's your action plan. What you're going to start on this week is you're going to get your first test done and you're going to document that number. Doesn't matter the test, but keep it consistent each time. Then you're going to implement 2 to 3 smart cardio workouts per week, meaning your zone 2 training, HIIT training, or the circuit-based training. And then in 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to retest because you're going to want to see that improvement to prove to yourself that this time that you're spending actually matters. Now that you know for sure VO₂ Max is something that you're ready to improve, check the episode description for a link where you can look up your scores for each of these tests. And there's going to be a free downloadable PDF that you can track your score progress so that you're going to hold yourself accountable and really start to see these gains. Now, if you want to get started on being able to get that cardio in and maybe running is your choice and aren't sure exactly how to start, check out this video to give you quick tips on how to get started in that pattern. And make sure to subscribe so you get more science-based information on longevity.